Hey, we're back after about a week. I got a little bit of battery left here on my laptop, so I thought I'd give a quick update on June 3rd. So here we are in a new week. Give you a quick update on sales wise. I think things are going pretty good at the kids' stores. Still running about 82, 83% of last year's sales compared to May, and June looks to be starting off pretty strong for the kids' stores. The loft was running about 60% for May, um, and we're kind of expecting the same thing for June and July, maybe 60, 70% of last sales. We kind of attribute to May, kind of looking back and reflecting on it. Um, we really think that not having an Iowa State graduation that brings in a lot of people in the town. They do some shopping downtown and other places. I think that was big, and with the change of seasons, it was pretty cool through May, and then people weren't able to, come to the store and buy, shorts and stuff like that in the early part. So we're hoping to take care of that. Get back to normal by hopefully August. And once we hit, I've been kind of looking at the numbers, talk about the expansion to Ankeny. Um, I'm thinking, at first I thought if we get 75% across the board of sales to 80%, that would give me confidence to move forward. But after kind of looking at things, I think we really need to be back almost to 100% before we really pull the trigger on that Ankeny thing. So um, that's how that is. Um, don't have any update in Idle. There's really no update. Like I said before, we're just going to hold on to that money until next May, and then just pay that back um, with a little bit of interest that comes on that. And then on the PPP front, we have two weeks left on that PPP. Congress is supposed to get this forgiven stuff, about what the rules are going to be compared to the first guidance that Treasury came out. So I'm really hoping. Well, let me come back up. So based on the calculations I've gone through multiple times, I think we're going to hit the numbers. It's going to be real close based on their current way of doing it. I'm really hoping that they extend it for everyone else's sake that got it, because I think a lot of people that got the money didn't quite understand how the labor component, worked into that you had to spend 75% on labor. And then they came out with a rule about the owners only getting the 15% of what showed up on their taxes the previous year, part of that, up to equivalent to $100,000. So I really think that a lot of people that I've talked to, I don't know if they really understood the gravity of not hitting your FTE count and not hitting those payroll numbers for forgiveness. Last thing you want is to get 70% of your that loan forgiven, then you have 2 years to pay back the other 30%. So if you borrowed $100,000 and you only got $70,000 forgiven, you owe the feds $30,000 over 2 year period, and that's a hefty payment each month, which may put people out of business. So hopefully, what Congress will do is make it so 50 or 60% um, will needs to be labor. Extend it to spend it more than 8 weeks. So do the 12 or 16 weeks. And I hope they do something like if it's under a certain dollar amount, like 200,000, 300,000, whatever, it's just automatically forgiven. I think that most people have taken these small businesses that are under that certain threshold are pretty honest and good people, and I think just to clear some of this stuff up, just do it that way. I think that would really help. Um, so yeah, and then we had this other stuff going on with protests and things like that. Ames has been pretty quiet. I did spend a couple about 3 evenings just hanging out downtown based on some rumors and stuff like that. I installed some extra security cameras that are cloud. All of our cameras are cloud based, just in case some weird things happen. Um, I don't anticipate anything around here, but it's kind of disrupted our lives a little bit. Not bad, but it's taken 3-4 hours just to go and hang out, and just got to ignore these rumors that people spread online and stuff like that. So it's one thing, it's another. But yeah, so that's basically it. Things are going pretty good. If you do have any questions about PPP or things like that, feel free to reach out to me, and I can kind of walk you through, what I've done anyway, and and go from there. And I notice on our end of month reports that our accountant Amy Weber's done a pretty good job of keeping separating things out. So when I look at our end of month, she has all the PPP stuff kind of itemized in there. So um, it'll be for us. It'll be really easy to get the forgiveness even under the current plan. Oh, on the PPP. The last thing was I was closely reading some of the documentation about what bills can be paid, and it looks to me that if you have bills that come 30 days after your end date on the PPP, that those bills can be wrapped into the um, the 8 weeks that you had that you could spend the money. And that's really good news. I'm going to confirm that, but that's really good news because we were kind of struggling on the other 25% part. Really, it's like for us, it's only like 17% because we spend a lot more on payroll. But that what that does is it really simplifies it for me because now I can just use my rent and that's it because I can bring in July 1st rent wrapped into that. And so bringing in rent for May, June, and then July clears. So it's really easy. I just say, okay, I have 3 rents each month. That more than clears that 25% threshold. And I don't have to sit there and give them all my utility bills and all these little things. So the key is keep it easy. Labor, retirement, health insurance benefits, other benefits that qualify, and for us, rent, or if you have mortgage, that should do it. And that'll make it really easy to get that forgiveness done as long as you hit those thresholds. So, and we're out, and I'll do once I hear more about the PPP, I'll do another little video. Catch you later.